Hello students, welcome to Sridhar sir chemistry class. Okay, in this video you are going to learn Kohlrausch law and its applications and important competitive examination questions. So what is the meaning of Kohlrausch law and what is that definition? Listen here. The equivalent conductance at infinite dilution of an electrolyte is equal to algebraic sum of cationic and anionic conductivities. I repeat again. Equivalent conductance of an electrolyte at infinite dilution is equal to the algebraic sum of cationic and anionic conductivities. So we can write the equation like this here. Cap naught AB is equals to lambda naught A plus lambda naught B minus, where lambda naught A plus and lambda naught B minus are known as ionic conductivities, and this ionic conductivity of cation and anion are proportional to their ionic mobilities. So we can write here lambda naught plus equals to k into mu naught plus lambda naught minus equals to k into mu naught minus. Here mu naught plus mu naught minus are ionic mobilities, where k is a constant, its value 96,500. So this is the relation between ionic conductivities and ionic mobilities. Then what is the use of Kohlrausch law? That means applications of Kohlrausch law. So see here, one application I will give to you here. If you want to determine equivalent conductance of acetic acid at infinite dilution, as in the previous video discussion, what is the discussion we did? It is not possible to determine equivalent conductance of weak electrolyte at infinite dilution by experimental method or by using extrapolating method. It is not possible. So that's why only to determine equivalent conductance of electrolyte at infinite dilution, a wonderful formula was given by Kohlrausch. According to Kohlrausch, to determine cap naught value of acetic acid, we need the assistance of three cap naught values. So see what are those? We have to add cap naught sodium acetate value to cap naught HCl, and we have to subtract cap naught NaCl. With this we get which one means cap naught value of acetic acid. Similarly, to calculate cap naught NH4OH, what is the formula? Cap naught NH4Cl plus cap naught NaOH minus cap naught NaCl. By this method, one can get cap naught NH4OH value. So, what are the different questions we have to solve from this Kohlrausch law? Listen here. So, I give the first question for you. Listen to the first question. In the examination, they give the cap naught values of sodium acetate, HCl and NaCl. So now here, cap naught value of sodium acetate is 40, cap naught value of HCl is 20, cap naught of NaOH is, NaCl is 15 units Siemens meter square mole inverse. So we need to calculate cap naught M of acetic acid. To calculate cap naught M of acetic acid, we have to use this formula. Cap naught sodium acetate plus cap naught HCl minus cap naught NaCl. See what are the values given there? Cap naught sodium acetate value 40. So 40 plus cap naught HCl value 20 minus 15. So 60 minus 15. So what we can get the answer 45. So like this we need to determine cap naught of acetic acid. Now in the similar way, to determine cap naught of NH4OH value, we have to add cap naught NH4Cl to cap naught NaOH. We have to subtract cap naught NaCl. Then we can get cap naught of NH4OH. So now one question for this type of problem. Cap naught NH4Cl value is X. Cap naught NaOH value. Cap naught NaOH is Y. Cap naught NaCl is Z. Therefore, what is cap naught NH4OH value? So that means to get cap naught NH4OH, NH4Cl means X plus NaOH means Y minus NaCl means Z. So X plus Y minus Z. But sometimes they may give some other weak electrolytes also. That means they may have valency 2 or that means valency 3, like that also. But these are having valency 1 and 1 only. Then how to solve for such type of problems? See here, one question I will give to you. For example, we need to calculate cap naught value of barium hydroxide. What they will give, see here. Our task is calculation of cap naught of BaOH taken twice. They give cap naught BaCl2 value X. Of course, units Siemen meter square mole inverse, and cap naught NaOH value. Cap naught NaOH value Y, Siemen meter square mole inverse, and cap naught NaCl value also they give Z, Siemen meter square mole inverse. So we have to calculate cap naught BaOH taken twice. See here, one barium and two OH groups we need. So to get BaOH taken twice, what we need to do here? Cap naught BaOH taken twice equals to, as only one barium is present, let us consider only one BaCl2. So cap naught BaCl2 plus. We need two OH groups in solving this problem. But here NaOH is having only one OH group. So to get two OH groups, multiply this cap naught NaOH with a factor of 2. So 2 into cap naught NaOH. Next minus. Here we need to remove 2 Na plus. But NaCl is having only one Na plus ion. So we need to multiply this with factor 2. Means minus 2 cap naught NaCl. So now X plus 2 into Y minus 2 into Z. So like this we need to calculate cap naught BaOH taken twice from the given. That means what is this question indicating? In the compound, if two OH groups are present, we need to multiply this cap naught NaOH with 2. And in the same way, we need to remove these two Na plus ions. So here cap naught NaCl also should be multiplied with 2. So this is the thing we have to learn from this question. Okay, these are some general examples for Kohlrausch law. And one more, another type of problems also we get from Kohlrausch law. So see what are the type of problems. For individual electrolyte, how to calculate that cap naught m value and mu naught value, means molar conductivity at infinite dilution, equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution for an individual electrolyte. So for example, AMBN electrolyte they have given. How it will split? Now this is having m number of A plus N ions. That means m number of A plus N ions and N number of B minus M ions are present. For this electrolyte, to calculate cap naught M of AMBN electrolyte. To calculate cap naught M value, we need to multiply these individual conductivities with number of ions. That means here A ions are present in M number and number of B ions are N. So now M into lambda naught A plus N into lambda naught B minus M. So like this we need to multiply with number of ions, those individual ionic conductivities, to get the limiting molar conductivity of any given electrolyte. So example here, for A to B type of electrolyte, what is cap naught M of A to B electrolyte? That means what we need to do here, this will give 2 A plus ions and 1 B minus 2 ion. So now cap naught M of A to B equals to 2 into lambda naught A plus 1 into lambda naught B minus 2. So in this way we need to calculate. So one example I will give for this. For example, ionic conductivities of Ca plus 2, ionic conductivities of Ca plus 2 and Cl minus ions. Ca plus 2 is X, Cl minus is Y. Of course, Siemens meter square per mole. Here also same, Siemens meter square per mole. Now, what is limiting molar conductivity of CaCl2? So we know that CaCl2 containing one Ca plus 2 ion, 2 Cl minus ions. Now that cap naught M of CaCl2 equals to 1 into X plus 2 into Y. So the answer is X plus 2Y. So like this we have to calculate cap naught M of CaCl2. One more question I give related to the same topic. What is that question here? Ionic conductivities, limiting ionic conductivities of a bivalent electrolyte or X, I will give some other, not X and Y, I will give the value here. Limiting molar ionic conductivities of a bivalent electrolyte are 73 and 57. Then what is its molar ionic conductivity of electrolyte? It means of electrolyte at infinite dilution. I repeat the question again, listen here. That molar ionic conductivities of a bivalent electrolyte are 57 and 673. 57 and 73. Now, units of course Siemens meter square mole inverse. Now, what is limiting molar conductivity of that electrolyte? So they have given bivalent. Bivalent means A is in +2 state, B also in -2 state. Both are bivalent only. That means here A +2, B -2 will combine and will give AB electrolyte. AB electrolyte is having one A +2 cation, one B -2 anion. So as per our description, cap naught M of AB is equals to lambda naught A +2, 1 into lambda naught A +2 plus 1 into lambda naught B -2. So we have given 57 and 73. So what is our answer? We can get to 130 units Siemens meter square mole inverse. So like this we need to calculate molar ionic conductance of an electrolyte when individual ionic conductivities are given. Now, how to calculate equivalent conductance at infinite dilution by using individual ionic conductances for an electrolyte. Same electrolyte we consider here, that is AMBN electrolyte. So, to calculate molar conductance at infinite dilution, we are multiplied these lambda naught plus lambda naught minus values with number of ions. This is in the case of limiting molar conductivity calculation. But if you want to determine cap naught E of AMBN, so this can be written as mu also. Mu means molar conductivity at infinite dilution, mu naught, and here cap naught E means limiting equivalent conductance of AMBN. Now what is the formula here? A valency is N, B valency is M. To calculate equivalent conductance at infinite dilution, individual conductivities should be divided with their valencies. So A valency is N, A valency is N, B valency is M. So 1 by N into lambda naught A plus N plus 1 by M into lambda naught B minus M. So this is the method to calculate equivalent conductance at limiting at infinite dilution for an electrolyte. So now I will give one example. A to B. A to B means it is split into 2A plus and B minus 2 ions. So cap naught E of A to B electrolyte can be calculated like this. As valency of A is plus 1, 1 by 1 into lambda naught A plus, as here valency 2, 1 by 2 into lambda naught B minus 2. So in this way, one should calculate equivalent conductance at infinite dilution for an individual electrolyte. Okay, now let us go for some other examples here. Before going to some other example, I want to give one clarity to you. What is that clarification means? To get molar conductivity of any electrolyte, the individual ionic conductivities should be multiplied with the number of that respective ions. That means if individual ionic conductivity is multiplied with its number present in that electrolyte, we get molar conductivity at infinite dilution. If we want to determine equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution, individual conductivities should be divided with their valency. Then we can get equivalent conductance of any one ion or any one electrolyte. So what is the need of learning these points? You come to know. Okay, now one question I will give here. Observe that units and which conductivity they have given, we have to assume. So see here, ionic conductivities of Al plus 3. Ionic conductivity of Al plus 3 is x Siemens meter square per gram equivalent, and SO4 minus 2 is y Siemens meter square per gram equivalent. Then what is the cap naught m of Al2SO4 taken thrice? So we have to observe what are the conductivities they have given, which conductivity we need to determine. So as per the units, we can assume that the given ionic conductivities are equivalent conductances, because per gram equivalent they have given. So these conductivities are nothing but equivalent conductances. But we need to calculate molar conductance at infinite dilution for Al2SO4 taken thrice. So first we should convert these gram equivalent, that means equivalent conductance values, into normal ionic conductances. After that, those normal ionic conductances we have to use to get molar conductance of Al2SO4 taken thrice. So first let us convert these equivalent conductances into ionic conductances. We know that to get equivalent conductance, ionic conductance should be divided with its valency. Then only we can get equivalent conductance. So now here equivalent conductance of Al plus 3 equals to lambda naught Al plus 3 by 3. So ionic conductance when divided with 3, we convert that into equivalent conductance. So already equivalent conductance they have given x. So x equals to lambda naught Al plus 3 by 3. Therefore lambda naught Al plus 3 equals to 3x. In the similar way, for SO4 minus 2 also, they have given y. So y equals to lambda naught SO4 minus 2 by its valency 2. Therefore lambda naught SO4 minus 2 is 2y. So we determined individual ionic conductivities of Al plus 3 and SO4 minus 2. After calculation of individual conductivities, cap naught m of Al2SO4 taken thrice equals to what we need to do here? 2 Al plus 3 ions are present. So 2 into lambda naught Al plus 3 plus 3 into lambda naught SO4 minus 2. That means here 2 into 3x plus 3 into 2y. That means we get 6 into x plus y. So like this we need to calculate that molar conductance at infinite dilution of Al2SO4 taken thrice. So these are the different type of problems we get from Kohlrausch law. Okay. For the next video, we will go for galvanic cell. Okay, take care. Bye.